is up? What is up, baby? Arthur Moats, Terence Garvin, aka TG. Y'all already know it's the LockerMates in this thing, and y'all better hit that like button on the front end. Don't forget to subscribe. Y'all know how we coming. Y'all see what we on, man. Whew. My dog. Do we start with like the heavy, or do we give them like a little quick like feel good before we get to the heavy? You know what I'm saying? Because this is a lot on the table after what happened this weekend, bro.
What's the feel good? West Virginia.
Hey, shout out to the colleges, man. W took care of business. Let's go. JMU won. You know, we took care of business. You know what I'm saying? It was good. How Flomo do? I heard Florida Memorial took care of business.
Florida Memorial took care of business. You
know
okay. Offense, score points, the special team struck.
Yeah. Club takeaway. Was club takeaway jumping?
Club takeaway was jumping.
Okay. Respect.
Get patted down. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to get a bottle in the bag, man. You got any more sections for the boy? I'm trying to pull up and get a section, man.
Yeah, big section. Water.
Let's go, bro.
The water's free. You get your picture.
Let's go. No, I love that, man. So, no, it was a vibe, man. You know what I mean? And I'm happy for you doing your thing as the DC, man. I seen y'all minimizing the opponents, man. I'm liking what I'm seeing, baby. So salute you, baby. Salute you.
Run into the ball. Run ahead.
Let's go, man. Let's go. Well, all right. That was the nice stuff for the day. You know, we got past the pleasantries on the intro. Bruh, talk to me, man. Talk to me, baby. What the heck happened on Sunday, bro? What happened, man? How did you feel about everything that took place? Because obviously it was a little surprising for the majority of Steelers Nation.
Yeah. I think Houston's a better team than people give them credit for. I don't think that's a bad team. I thought they had a good scheme. I thought they were real in terms of defensively. They disguised a lot. They was having 7 men on the line. They was showing all types of 6-man front. They were showing all types of different things schematically wise. So it's, for a young quarterback, because Kenny still is a young quarterback in a sense.
Yeah.
That was a lot to look at, I thought they just got beat. I thought Houston played physical. I thought they didn't make mistakes. They didn't make a lot of mistakes. There wasn't no bust in the secondary. They were able to disguise and still get to all these spots. So they did a good job with that. Offensively, they ran the ball. They were able to run the ball. They ran the ball.
That low-key was surprising too, bro. That was surprising.
They were gashing them. It wasn't those big 20 yards. It's those 6-yard runs. Those 6-yard runs control the clock, move the chains.
Right. They add up.
That screen game was working. Them linemen were getting out running. So that was just another form of a run to them. Because they was running like those little running back, little dink screens. They was
the thing that was surprising to me with those screens too was the timing of them. It seemed like they were catching us either in a blitz or when our rushers had their, ears pinned back and were ready to get after this quarterback. But when you talk about just that feel for it, man, I did feel like that was something that they were killing us with at times, man.
Yeah. But I think Pittsburgh is Blitzburg, Pittsburgh, get after the quarterback. They in that 3-4, but it's a 5-man front.
And of course.
It's just really like everybody when they don't want to run, like let's attack. So dink under that, they're attacking you. The defense isn't attacking defense, so screens is always vulnerable. Like the retrace is everything. So
I thought the retrace is real. Yeah,
the retrace is real. So
I mean, think about it. It's times when we talk about that's how you stop the screen. We like, man, it's on D line. You got to go get to that ball. Big men got to run. Little men got to hit. Big men got to run, though, bro. Got to run.
That slow down the pass rush, though.
Yeah.
Slow down the actual pass rush. So now you got time to do some things back there. You can attack a little bit different.
Yeah. It was interesting, man. It was definitely interesting. I think for me, man, them being able to run the ball as well as they did, especially knowing the personnel that they had on their offensive line versus our personnel on our D line, man, I just didn't think it was possible, bro. I was like, man, y'all got good skill position players. I love them, but your weakest link is your offensive line. And, man, to see them dudes winning in the run game consistently, I didn't know what to do, man. It caught me off guard, bro. What was your take on that, though, man?
Man, I I don't know. They give me that underdog mentality. Like I feel like that's
Yeah.
that. Like you got to think you were cut from Pittsburgh. Now you're starting on Houston's offensive line. Like
Yeah.
that's a little bit of like a chip on your shoulder. Like yeah, I
Yeah.
might be considered this, but I'm after you. You know, I've practiced against you. I know a little bit of things
I'm
that
real familiar
I,
with you. Yeah.
yeah, I know you a little bit. You know,
Yeah.
so I thought they were physical. I thought they played physical. I thought they were downhill. They to
Hmm.
me seem like that 3-star team. Like not a lot of big name fish, but
Yeah.
they're like I felt like
Yeah.
that's how they played though. You know, and
No, that's a
about the
great analogy, bro. You
that's
talk
the thing
about
about
the three
the league.
stars and stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They want to
Yeah,
prove it. Yeah.
that's why we say every week it's hard to win in this league because it's like
Yeah.
it's a lot of dudes out here that's hungry and when they put
Yeah.
it together, it can look really good.
Yeah.
Look
No,
really good.
that's accurate though, bro. Because if you look at their team, they have a lot of good players, but nobody, or it's not a ton of proven legit great just yet in terms of NFL greatness, right? CJ
Right,
Stroud, we know was dope collegiately. Tank Dell, dope collegiately.
right.
But it's like, man, they're still proving what they can be at this level.
Mhm.
So once again, when you talk about that whole 3-star analogy, we don't view C.J. Stroud, Tank Dell, Nico Collins at this level as 5-star guys just yet. Whereas when we talk T.J. Watt, when we talk Minka Fitzpatrick, when we even talk George Pickens, we'll even flirt with the idea of him already being in that convo. But it's like, man, when you look at how those dudes came out here, the difference to me was they were pissed off, almost like they've been hearing the fact that everybody talked about the Steelers supposed to be blowing them out. This supposed to be the get right game.
Yeah,
So when
right.
you talk about a team that might be a 5-star in terms of talent, but this team is a 3, but they pissed off. If that 5 come out here chilling, like we could agree they didn't show up like they was ready to play with their hair on fire. It didn't look like I did in the first couple of games. When that 5 ain't playing like that, man, them threes that's pissed off are always going to be able to make it competitive. And ultimately, we saw at this level, you can't sleepwalk into a game. You can't
No,
turn the ball over multiple times in a game and expect to win.
no.
You got to show up. That's the one thing, man, that I've learned in this league, man, from either, my time in Buffalo where we were the underdogs trying to knock off somebody, or even being here in Pittsburgh where we would have what they call, was it the Tomlin games, where you got these teams where you're like, man, they shouldn't even be on the same field as us, but they coming out like it's their Super Bowl. This is one of them leagues, man, that you have to show up literally every
Every
single
week,
week, bro.
every
Every
week,
week, man.
every week. And
Yeah.
I mean, I think that showed. You know,
Yeah.
a guy like Steven Nelson, go up and high point that
Hmm.
interception. Like you, it didn't work out in Pittsburgh per se. So it's
Yeah.
like a chip on your shoulder game. It's like, yeah, you remember this. And on top of that, I've seen this a lot. Like I've seen
Hmm.
13 lined up
I'm
here. I'm like,
familiar with this.
right,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
familiar with
oh,
it.
I know what this
Hmm.
is. I know
Yeah.
what this is. So
No.
um, I thought
And them
Houston.
boys did have it. They had a dope little revenge though, man. Since you done
Yeah,
brought up Steven Nelson, Lord, them
yeah.
boys had a nice little revenge element.
Revenge moment. He went and got that. They went back to that play. It
Yeah,
worked.
I
Same
swear.
format, same
Yep.
everything. I
Yeah.
feel like he had that. I seen this before because he high shouldered that,
Hmm.
top shouldered that
Oh
the
no,
whole.
bro. He went to go get him one. That's
Yeah,
when I
he
seen
went.
some.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
know it.
seen some.
I seen this play
Facts,
before.
bro.
Let's run.
Facts.
Let's run.
No.
Let's run. I know what time it is. He
Now
high.
see you done brought. Now see you about to get us going on this one now, cause you done brought up. I didn't seen it before. I didn't seen it before.
Yeah.
Now everybody been talking about a certain somebody and talking about how they been seen it before as well. What's your
Well,
thoughts, man? They saying Matt Canada. They say he predictable, man.
I
What's
mean,
your
I think
thoughts on it?
they lose. We say that though, right? You know, and on the same
I just want
token,
to hear you. I want to hear from you first.
huh?
I'm gonna get off mine, but let me hear how you feel.
I just don't like you can't get that run game going. So them bootlegs, then they not biting on the run game. Them,
Yeah.
you know, play action rollouts, like it's just not there. I
Hmm.
was looking at a play they had the other day. They showed a 7-man front dropped out into like this cover 2 look, and it's kind of
Yeah.
like it rolls out right into a lot of trouble. A
Hmm.
lot of like, where do I go with this? Try to take off. He doesn't have an easy 1-2 throw.
Yeah.
1-2 is open. 1-2-3 is open. You know,
Hmm.
uh, just that bang 8 that's there. Things like that. Like, all right,
Now,
let's
do you feel like that's a schematic thing though? Because that is part of the question, right? When they talk about the coordinate element, it's like yo, if you not going, can you
Spice
scheme
it
this
up.
dude open? Like, does that have to be the case every time? That's what I'm trying to figure out, man.
I mean, I think we are in a world of you have to spice it up. I think we are in a
Okay.
world of you have to run a little bit of motion to some things and
I
in and out.
agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we are in a world where you gotta spice it up. You can't
And
run
to
that.
me, that's the part that was a little bit, or that has been surprising because, as I told you, man, I was out there at training camp. I
Mhm.
saw the pre-snap shifts, motions, the
Yeah,
you know, align and empty, come back to a regular formation or a regular formation and then burst to empty. I
yeah,
haven't been seeing any of that, nor has it even, on the occasion we might get some motion, it's not consistent. It's not, to the point where you're really utilizing it as a weapon.
yeah,
Man, you play defense, you a DC obviously right now. We all know motion,
yeah,
shifts, all of that affects us as defense.
yeah,
All we hate motion because
yeah,
it makes us give you information that we don't want to give you sometimes, man.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like you got this tool but yet you won't consistently utilize it to, help out your quarterback and help out this offense right now, man.
That's what it feels like. It just feels like he's not.
Yeah.
It needs a little bit more. And with splash and splash comes
Hmm.
knowledge and confidence in the offense. And
Yeah.
we keep remembering this is a young per se offense. This is a young
It
quarterback.
is. It
So
is.
it's
He just
he
had a
might not
17
give him
game,
too
man.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might not want to give him too much on his plate to look at. But I think he
Yeah.
got to spice up a little bit of just per se the reads. I think you
Okay.
see 13 at number one. Here come the shot. You know,
Hmm.
you see like I think they just need to get that in that run game together. Like I would love to
Yeah.
see them getting that 22 personnel. Like I keep saying, getting that big personnel and ground and
Hmm.
pound a little bit. Then play action, hit 14 on a couple routes, hit 14 on a
Yeah.
dig, get him going a little bit. You
I
know,
mean, hold on now, man. You talking like if you was the D, if you was the OC, is that what we playing right now? If TG was the offensive coordinator, this would be the offense right here.
this is what I would
All
do.
right,
I
good.
run.
All
Yeah,
right, give me the TG offense. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. All right, I want y'all all to just smile because I know y'all have been, hollering for Matt
no,
Canada and his job and all this other stuff. Well, ladies and gentlemen, breaking news right here on LockerMates. Mr. West Virginia himself,
what's up?
Mr. Flomo himself, Mr. Pittsburgh Steelers alumni himself, Terence Garvin is the offensive coordinator now. All right, so talk to me, man. What are we running in your offense, baby?
We're gonna start out. We're gonna run the ball. We're gonna run the
Okay,
ball. We're gonna
okay.
start the game.
Got a physical
We're gonna
front. Okay.
we're gonna get in 22 personnel with one wide receiver outside. We're gonna let you know we're gonna run the ball this first play. You feel me?
Okay, but that's predictable now. You ain't worried about being predictable?
No, I'm a motion the tight end out, put him
Okay.
in the slot, get you a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm down to relax.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm
Okay.
down to relax. I'm coming
Hey,
back.
I like how you said get them uncomfortable. Cause when that
Yeah,
linebacker gotta walk out that box,
yeah.
yeah, we be like, hey, I like my
Make
matchup,
sure
but
all your
don't throw
moves
it.
together.
I like my
Right.
matchup, but you ain't gotta throw it if you don't want to, bro. Like we straight.
I want to make sure all your moves is together. I'm coming out in 12 personnel. 12 personnel, two tight ends. I'm gonna check your stretch game early. You know what I mean? I might
Oh,
most
okay. I'm trying to
yeah.
get to your perimeter. What's your corner looking like? Can he tackle today? Is he a
No,
tackler? What's your edges looking like?
I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure. I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna make sure your edges are straight, but I want to make sure you got the verticals together. Like these four verts, how you handling that? Let's make sure we all good in
Full
that.
verse out the heavy personnel, you
No,
sicko.
no,
Ooh.
I'm being 12 personnel. I'm being one wide.
Oh, I
12.
thought you were still in 22. I thought you said 22 with a single
No, I'm
receiver
being
going.
12.
I was like, ooh.
I'm just telling you. I'm playing with these tight ends. I'm playing with these
Yeah.
12 personnel tight
You
ends. I'm
OG
working.
New England. OG New England
Yeah,
style.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to. I'm not looking for 40. I'm not looking for
Yeah.
35. You know,
Uh
28 control the game. I'm trying to score. You don't score.
no.
You don't score.
24 and I'm keeping this clock. I'm
Yeah,
gonna have all
just
the
keep
time of
the clock
possession. You're gonna
moving.
get about 20, 30 plays, so you better not turn it over. You better not mess up. You know what
No,
it remind me of? What you talking like? You remember when Lamar first took over in Baltimore? That was like the big thing when they were talking about how you just couldn't get enough possessions against them dudes, man.
yeah, because they're
And
gonna
when
hold
I
it.
hear that, I'm like, that's definitely it because it makes you have to execute perfectly
Do
every
your
single time you have that ball.
do your job.
Yep.
Do your job. Let me make sure
And
you
I'm
don't
not gonna
turn
let
the
you get off the hook.
ball.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna let you off the hook.
I'm gonna pull that guard. I'm gonna pull that wide. I'm gonna run that counter, that same
You
side.
checking all keys.
Yeah, I'm
Ew,
just
bro.
making
Why
sure
you doing
everything is
that?
on
Ew.
point. And I might read out and throw it a couple times. Here, 14,
Hey,
you hold.
yo. Hey, yo. I'm just saying, as a defender, I hate your offense. As a defender, I don't like that because I can just hear it right now, Coach T, in these walkthroughs. Hey, this your gap right here. Where's your eyes at right here? All right, you looking over
Your
right here.
eyes
I'm just
at.
like, bro, I don't want to deal with none of this.
Yeah.
This is a eye.
Just
This
make
is a
sure your
eye
eyes
week.
are together.
What's your eyes look
Make
like?
sure
What
your
you see
eyes are
it?
together. I'm gonna
Yes.
motion that. I'm gonna motion that. Yeah, I just want to make sure all your ducks are in a row. And if
Yeah.
I see it, I'm gonna throw it.
I mean, crazy thing though, you see that with some of these top offenses though. I mean, obviously Kansas City, they're one of the big ones that do a lot of the pre-snap motions and movement and stuff like that. And it does make me just wonder sometimes, like, why don't we just add some of that? Because it is a copycat league, TG. You know that. If I see you get beat on this play, what you think I'm running next week?
Run
The
that play,
same day gonna play.
man.
Shoot, you gonna see it for the next 3, 4 weeks if we being real about
Miami
it.
got
Cause I
a
don't.
couple plays in there. I gotta make sure they don't work the
Yeah,
run. Like, yeah, Miami, you
yeah.
need to check and make sure.
I'm just like, bro, the motion element
The
is
most,
real,
the
man.
most.
It puts you in a real life bind as a defender. When you talking about changing strength motion, when you talk about that, when it go from pro to slot. Oh, all right, wait a minute now.
Make sure you did your walkthroughs. I gotta make sure you got
They formation into the boundary. What you how you playing this right here? Oh, what's the empty check? Okay.
each check.
What a line empty or was it motion to empty? Because you
Yeah,
know it's two different
yeah.
ways now we can get to you.
It's a lot of different things we could do out here. It's a system.
Yeah.
Let's do the
Yeah.
systems. So
Yeah.
I'm in the like system.
No, I can respect that right there. I can definitely respect that. All right, all right. Well, if that's how we talking on the offensive side of the ball, we obviously know that 30 points were scored in the game. What's your thoughts on this here defense this week, T? What's your thoughts,
They was
man?
on the field a lot. They were on the field
Okay,
a lot.
okay,
They were on the field a
okay.
lot. They weren't moving the ball a lot offensively. I'd be curious to know the numbers in terms of time of possession,
Yeah,
but they were on the field a lot. I
okay.
thought I thought they did get attacked. I think C.J. Stroud made some good decisions. It was a couple of
I
plays.
would agree. Yeah,
You could see him throw into the trap. They just made the catch. Like they made good
yeah,
plays. So
yeah.
it's like they made good plays. They weren't just perfect. They weren't everything, but they were able to run the ball. And if you can run the
Yeah.
ball, control the game, you give a guy like C.J.
Bro,
Stroud
you
some
know that's
confidence.
half the battle in this league, bro. If
You
you can
get some
run that
confidence.
rock, because a lot of teams can't run the rock, man.
I remember it was early in the game. They got down. They had a couple penalties because they scored. They had a couple
Hmm.
penalties that brought them back. Then they got
Yeah.
that PI, put them back on the one they
Put it
ended up.
back on. Yeah.
Things like that. It's kind of like you had them, and you don't see that in terms of the game. But it's like that three might have been a different. That changes the momentum. That changes the
It changed
flow.
the feel, yeah, because you
Yeah.
think, man, when they were able to score early on, it just gave them a lot of confidence. Man, you know how it is. When your offense, you come on, you score opening drive, that tells you, man, we had a great week of practice. We had a great walkthrough. Our first 15 is elite. When you're a
So
defense and you get scored on the opening drive, you like,
yeah.
bro, what are we doing wrong right here, man? They not even like that. And for them to score on the opening drive, clearly, man, we was tripping in something. You know what I mean? So I'm with you, man. Yeah, that is big, man, in terms of if you were able to force that field goal, which was the situation initially, versus when when it transitioned to that touchdown part, man.
Right. So I mean, it's just things like that. I thought they had a good scheme. I really, I'm
Mhm.
into the scheme and everything. I thought
Yeah.
Houston had a good scheme, and they were able to get that crowd behind them. Once they really got that crowd, they got that momentum
Yeah.
behind them. And everything.
They said it was a setup. They said they came out and did the whole J.J. Watt induction right before it was time for TJ to get in. So that
Yeah.
way he had his emotions, all messed up because he's babe, man, big brother, they got inducted. I'm feeling good. Now they tell him go out here and play. It was real strategic what they did. Real
Right.
strategic by them, man.
Good move. Good move. Good
Yeah,
move.
yeah. Hey, whatever you could do to minimize them guys, whatever you could do, baby.
Like painting away locker room certain colors. Just keep them calm. Keep them
You know
calm.
what it is. You know what it is.
Whatever you got to do.
Yeah. But how'd you
Team
feel
mode.
about the secondary though, man? Because granted, yes, the defense was out there a lot, and I do agree in context of that. Like, yeah, we had we could have got off the field at times. offense couldn't sustain the drives, and that doesn't help us out. But man, this is the fourth week now we've had a receiver look like Jerry Rice.
Yeah, do you feel like he looked like?
You tell me what he looked like. I just
Nah,
feel like he looked like he had a whole bunch of receiving yards and killed us. That's what I kind of felt like. I mean, if we gonna be TG, if we being real about it, TG, if I would have said, how much money would you bet that Nico Collins would have 7 catches, 168 yards, average 24 yards per catch, 2 tutties, and have a 52-yard reception as his long? You would be like, man, I don't believe that. I ain't putting no money on that. That ain't gonna happen. So that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, nothing about Nico Collins, and I like Nico Collins, but nothing about him says he was supposed to do that
but I think
versus our defense, though.
I think that's what the defense tells you, though. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
how you figure that though?
because I feel like it says you're taking away that first option and you're taking away
Bro,
potential.
but you can't be giving up $160 on the
I'm with you.
backside option and
I
2
feel,
touchdowns, bro. Come on,
feel that.
man.
Feel that. And you know
Yeah,
where they at type touchdowns. But it's kind
yeah,
of like,
respect.
I'm with you. But it's kind of
I'm
like
like,
at
bro,
the
that's
same
a
time,
lot.
it's a lot. But it's kind of like I feel like you're saying I'm taking away certain options. This
Okay,
option has to beat me. This option
okay.
happened to be the option that beat you. You know.
Fair enough, man. Fair
And I'm
enough. I
not
just
saying
looked at
right. I don't think you want to give up no options, especially in NFL, because you got more than capable players
that's
that are able
yeah,
to shut down all options. I
yeah.
agree with. I
Hmm.
agree with. And I mean, it's schematic. Like Pittsburgh run a lot of man.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh's
no,
a
we definitely do. Yeah,
yeah.
we do.
Pittsburgh can
We do.
fires man. Like
Yeah,
everybody got one. So it's just you got to figure out whose man it is. And I think
yeah,
you know they figured it out a couple times. They got good matchups on certain situations.
yeah.
And
Well, and I
this is
also feel like, and we know this as well, but I also feel like our pass rush didn't give us what we
mm-hmm,
expected.
I agree.
And that hurt the back end too, because we know our back end isn't, how we operate. It's not cover first, pass rush second. Nah, we pass rush first. Blitzburg covers on the back end. You know what I mean? And we never got to that point where CJ Stroud felt like it was a hostile environment where he's running for his life, where we, making the offensive line look bad. It never got to that point. And I feel like that really played into why they were able to take advantage at times of our secondary. A guy like Nico Collins could put together the performance that he had. It's the byproduct of that, but at the same time, I'm like, bro, when it's Devontae Adams, okay, cool. I don't like it, but all right, it's Devontae. All right, when it was, Debo and Brandon Ayuk, I'm like, okay, all right, cool.
Because
You
the
told me it was
man,
Amari Cooper. Okay, it's Amari Cooper. Okay, cool. Now you trying to sell me on Nico Collins. I'm just like, bruh, that name is not like them other names, man. It's not. And that's the part that just has me just like, yo, it can't be them type of players putting up them type of numbers though, right?
I mean, but we can't say that. I'm with you, and I think it was we not gonna let the number one hurt us this week. This one got us. So I mean, they just gotta,
Okay.
they gotta just tighten up in a sense. That pass rush
Yeah.
is everything for them. That
No, it
pass
is
rush is
though. Pass rush is
everything.
definitely everything. Gotta have
It's
a
everything.
pass rush right, bro. Gotta
So I
have it.
mean, just getting better throughout the season. It's still early.
Yeah.
Getting better with your technique. I think you'll still see a little bit more JPJ coming into this scheme a little bit more.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think you'll see that. But I don't think these corners are playing bad. Like I still stand on. I don't think they're
Yeah.
playing bad. And these numbers get out of hand. Like I do feel you on these
They
numbers.
do.
These numbers get out
And
of hand quick.
I think it's the situation of the numbers get out of hand. We're getting scored on through the air.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you throw in our offense and what it's struggling with, it just feels like,
Feels
bruh,
bad.
what the heck? I mean,
Feels
obviously everybody went crazy at the end. Pat P, oh man, Nico, they got off of Pat P. I'm just like, bro, it's a slippery slope. Like when it started rolling, it's just like
bro.
avalanche right now, man.
They found something. They found
Get
a way.
real, bro. It gets
Yeah, they
real.
attacked something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you can find something. Like it's really like that. You can find something and be like,
Yeah.
this is open. Like they don't know.
Yeah.
They trying
I
to
mean,
figure
you
out.
see the boys hit us with the halfback pass. I'm just like, oh, y'all really just
They
y'all feel
know.
like y'all in
Yeah.
y'all bag right now. Y'all in y'all
You
bag,
got to
yeah.
think also a young head coach mentality too. Like, man,
Hmm.
I gotta have it. That's a major game for
Yeah.
him. Too, you
Oh,
know,
what? You get a
Yeah,
Coach T on your resume? Come on, bro.
that's a
Yeah,
major. So it's kind of
yeah.
like this the 3-star mentality all the way through. Like we
Hmm.
trying to get it, no matter how we
Yeah,
gotta get it type mentality. So
yeah. See, this what
uh,
happens when you get you a former linebacker as your head guy. You feel me? Shout
yeah,
out to D'Amico
whatever,
Ryan. You know what I'm saying, man? You get you an LB, somebody that's willing to come down here and thump. All right, now.
whatever we got. Just put the ball down. Let's get
You know what
it.
time it is, bro. You know what time it is, man. But speaking of D'Amico, obviously, man, we know he lit it up in that matchup versus us. But on the flip side, our head guy has been having his name come up a couple of times here now, man. In terms of if he should be on that hot seat and stuff like that. I mean, how you feel about Coach T right now, man?
Uh,
Is he the hot seat candidate? Because this is what people want to ask. They be like, "Yo, Moats, TG, y'all talk, but y'all don't talk about that. Y'all forward players, so y'all don't talk about that." I'm like, "Yo, how you feel? Let's talk about it."
no, not at all.
Mm-hmm.
Still Coach Tomlin. You know what I mean? Consecutive winning seasons. Two
See,
and two.
and then they get mad when you say that. They be like, "Nah, don't be telling me just consecutive winning seasons. I want more than that. I want playoff wins. I want playoff the Super Bowls. Yeah, it's the one they go to.
I get it. The standard is so high. The standard is the standard. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? But at the same time, this man's getting you to the playoffs consistently.
yeah.
Consistently. You know what I mean? Deal with a lot of stuff, a lot of different
Mm-hmm.
personalities, manages it really well. You know? No problems, no drama. You keep it business. 2-2 in the first semester. Like, don't panic. Don't panic. Two
No,
and
we're
two.
not. We're not 2-2 right now. The sky's falling. We just got beat by the Texans. They scored 30. Come on, man.
I feel you. I'm with you.
We ain't scored 30 in how many times now, man? They said it's been like 3 years since we scored 30,
I'm with
bro.
you. I'm with you.
Yeah, and they said that's his guy. They said he hired him. So they said he got to go down with the ship like the Titanic. That's what they trying to say, man. They said
You
it's just
gotta
like the
go with
Titanic. He got to go down with the ship. Matt Kenda playing the violin. He got to go up there and behold the daggone wheel. Like, all right, here we go, guys. That's what they said,
I
man.
think
That's what
also
they
like
said.
let's see what adjustments they make now. You know,
Yeah.
like the definition of insanity is doing the same thing, looking for different results. So
Hmm.
something, well, you'll start to see something change up a little bit. You might see a different running back in there a little bit more. You know what I mean? You might see different
Yeah.
packages. You might start seeing certain packages with different people. I'm sure they'll get some finesse in there. You might see a halfback pass yourself. Like, I'm sure
Oh.
they'll get a little flavor in there.
Now,
You
now, when you brought up changes, that was something that he came under fire for today, or when he had his press conference, because obviously after the game, Coach T had talked about how he got big changes coming and stuff like that, just because the product wasn't acceptable. And then when he had his press conference, the changes, when they asked him what they were specifically, talked about, man, the guys being in full pads for practice
yeah, you
because
know
the
how it
lack of
goes.
physicality. But it
No,
was
like
nothing else other than that though. He give you they were expecting a coordinator, or is it a QB, or is it a DC? They were expecting something major, and all he told them boys was, man, we're gonna put the boys in pads this week, man. I done told them boys they know what the message is. We got out physical. So, was that a big enough change for you?
I like that. He know what he doing. He know what he doing.
Big facts though. Big facts.
He know what he doing. He probably got all ain't no video games in there.
Yeah.
No
He
ping
didn't. He
pong.
didn't took all. Ain't no ping pong. Ain't no none of that. None of that.
Soda machine
No.
might be out of there now. The
Yeah.
juice
Hey,
machine,
look. Hey, look.
bread,
And
them
if your
doing.
toe is not on the line at
Yeah.
3 o'clock, not
Oh
3:01,
man,
not 3:30, at 3 o'clock, if your toes
1500.
ain't on that line,
Damn,
1500. Hey,
1500.
man.
I
Hey,
need
hey.
to.
I ain't gonna argue with you. Just I'm gonna hit you under. You know what I'm gonna do.
Oh, I'm not
Come
playing
on,
with
man. I'm gonna just hit you real quick. I'm gonna hit your pockets. After that, we'll go about the business. All right.
no juice, no coffee in the meeting.
Hey.
Hoodies
All
off.
right.
Book
He said,
bags
hey,
to the button.
every fine to the max, just to
Yeah.
take out the gray area. So
Book
like, yo,
bags
you
on the right,
sick
not the
dog.
left.
You.
Eyes forward. I dare you to cough in
You
here.
know
Don't let
that's
a
what he's
phone
on.
go off. Oh,
TG, you sound like you're speaking from experience, huh?
oh man, don't let a phone go off in there. You might be the guy to get. Don't let it. It might be next to you. You could catch a stray.
AKB, if you're next to it, you'll catch a stray right now.
Yeah, you gotta like. Oh, that's
Yeah.
him.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
Coach T
crazy.
is not. This is not the guy you want to be
Tight,
around
tight.
this week.
Don't miss
This
a
is
block on
honestly,
kickoff punt.
you don't want to be around this for the next 4 weeks, because even if they win this weekend, bro,
Tight,
by a
tight.
week he's still gonna be hot until it get multiple weeks of him feeling like, all right, my team is playing like how they supposed to play. That's the stuff, obviously, we notice because we play for him. That's the part that doesn't get out there to the media because he doesn't decide to put it out there to the media. But us as players understand that thing, man. Like, I'll never forget, man, coming here from Miami. Woo! After that, was it Jay Ajayi? He went crazy on us. Then Zeke came through. All right, stop playing with that man. Stop playing with that man, bro. Coach T ain't playing them games, man.
Well, you know them Friday meetings is all day
Right,
right now.
it gets super real, bro. Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah,
get super real.
seasons get a little longer. Like, yeah, come on.
Now, do you feel like though the physicality approach that he's taking, do you think that is going to produce a different style of results for us? Because obviously you talk some of the execution, and I feel like execution has been a big reason why we haven't been as successful. But I also feel like we just haven't won enough of our one-on-one matchups. Me and you both know when you're a part of Pittsburgh, man, we put a lot more onus on winning your one-on-one than putting a lot of onus on scheme. We don't scheme to have you just getting through free. We scheme for the one-on-one. And we say beat your guy, win your one-on-one, and we're going to be fine. So with this, added emphasis on physicality, do you think that's going to help with that element?
Yeah, I do. I think adding
Okay.
physicality always helps in that element. I think because it's a physical sport. If you can physically and you're on your, I'm gonna move this out the way, and not that it's gonna change, just you getting stronger or something like that. But it's using your pads. It just do something, especially during the
Yeah.
week. It just do a little something, especially against
Okay.
a team that might not have their pads on. He'll probably have them pads on all week,
No,
and
that's what I'm thinking. Like, I think he gonna have the
so,
boys out there Wednesday, Thursday. You might mess
they
around
might mess
Friday at the
on shells
beginning
on
with them
fire.
pads.
Yeah,
Yeah,
know how
seriously, bro.
you know
Seriously,
how
he'll do that. He'll definitely do that.
yeah. So
Yeah,
I can see him bringing it back. Like I think that helps. So it always helps, and just
yeah.
something about it. It just always helps. It always kind of changes the.
It's weird. We hate it when we got to go through it, but when
Mm-hmm.
you out there on Sunday, you feel the benefit. When them first couple of hits, you like, bro, I don't feel like this is new to me.
Man,
I feel like I've been doing this already. Like, let's
these
go.
pads been on all week. Like they not.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not feeling weird.
You
Like
know, you first put the pads on, you breathe a little heavy, like,
yeah,
man.
on, yeah. I feel a little heavier. Like nah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Jersey been a little tight. Like, bro, hold on, man. I can't breathe all the way, man.
yeah. You already
I ain't seriously being all warm. It's like, yo, hold on. I just feel a little awkward, man.
yeah,
Just
so,
that's so real, bro. You know that's real, bro. You know that's real. Yo. But so at the end of the day, though, for you, Coach T, in terms of hot seat, in terms of make or break, in terms of if this season were to not be a winning season, would this potentially be the year in your eyes where we could see that type of change coming? Or you think he's
no,
still good for this season, man? You think he's still good?
no, man. That's Coach T. That's Coach
Okay.
T. And not to say it
Talk
like
that
that,
talk, baby.
like.
Talk the talk.
Consistent wins, dominant leader of men. Like you
Mhm.
don't find, and that's not in the sense of personal. Like you just don't find those in the league. It's hard to find a good head coach in the league. You know how it is. Like people
Bro, you see, it's a
hire
lot of teams revolving doors for head coaches, bro.
yeah, left and right, and there's some
Yeah.
legends in there. Like this game's constantly changing, so you got to
Hmm.
constantly change with it. Like you got to be able to
Yeah.
motivate these men. You got to be able to, and it's a lot of different money. The money's higher now. The game's different now. It's more, your market. You got to be able to keep that in balance with the team, and just it's a lot more to
But
it.
those be them questions they be asking. They be like, "Yo, has he lost that? Has it passed him by?" And for me, every time I'm down there, I'm like, "Absolutely not. The game has not passed him by. Absolutely not. He still can motivate. He still gets these guys to their core." My thing is, man, it's times where I might question the personnel, but I'm like, in terms of is the message being delivered and is it being received? I'm like, yeah, it is being received. Now, if the dude ain't good enough, dude ain't good enough. Now that's a different convo. But
Right.
in terms of messages being received, I don't think that's been the issue, man.
But nah, I think they're
Yeah,
still rolling. I think you still got all these winning seasons. They're still a positive team. They're 2-2 right now through the first semester, like we said.
yeah,
And they haven't clicked yet. They're still trying to click clearly. You know,
this is true. Yeah,
I think like I said, you can get some false positives in some of those wins we had seen before. Like I think
hmm,
he's still trying to find his run game. I think they still got to get the Pickett the Pickens even hotter. I
this is
think that
true.
has to turn scorching.
Yeah,
I think it has to be clearly like, yo, I'm
yeah.
coming to you, bro. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so I
You my
think
guy. Yeah, you my guy.
let's not
Mm-hmm.
play with.
Yeah.
I'm looking for you. Like,
Yeah.
get
And
over
you know
it.
that's a different type of mindset too. When you
Yeah,
come out like, bro, I don't care what they're in, I'm coming
yeah.
to you.
I'm coming to you,
You're the
bro.
guy. Yeah.
Find the open space. I'm gonna hit you. Like, let's
Right.
get going.
It's certain dudes when you talk receiver quarterback relationships, that's
Mhm.
real. I mean, obviously we had it here with Ben and AB. We see it up in Minnesota, Kirk Cousins and Justin
Yeah,
Jefferson. We see Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase,
yeah,
Josh Allen and Diggs. Like it's certain ones where it's like, yo, if I gotta have it, I'm going to my guy.
Rock
And
'em out.
my guy is nice. And
Yeah,
we feel like we got one of those guys.
yeah.
We definitely we have
Like,
one of those dudes, man.
I think it's just kind of like just getting hot, just connecting, just finding the what's the flow of what's the flow of the team,
Yeah.
what's the flow?
No.
How can we
I
get
could dig that.
positive
I could
side
dig that. But
next?
speaking of the flow though, man, we do gotta talk the other guy, you know. We kind of flirting with them ideas or them concepts made just a second ago, you know, getting that Pickett to pick ends situation going, even more so. All right, but KP8, man, how you feeling about him right now, bro? And not the West Virginia version, the Steelers alumni from the heart, that version. All right, give me. I don't want you to hit me with all due respect, and then you come over here and just start, unloading the chopper on my on young KP8. We just try to get the real. We want TG's analogy or analysis, not West
Yeah.
Virginia Mountaineer number 28 T Garvin. We don't want that one. All right.
I mean, I think he faced a tough defense this week. Like, I think they were into a lot of exotic looks. And he trying to find the hole,
Now,
you know?
see, you got to talk a little bit more though, because when you say a tough defense, people look at this Texans defense and say, "It's no Nick Bosa out there. It's no, it's no Javon Hargrave, Eric Armstead. It's no Fred Warner. It's no Myles Garrett. It's no Zadarius Smith. It's no JOK. It's no, Denzel Ward." They looked at that defense. They said it wasn't even a Max Crosby over there. It wasn't even a Marcus Peters over there.
That's my man
Like,
from Bethlehem. Why we don't respect,
oh no
like,
no 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 no! Will Anderson and Christian Harris, but think about Will Anderson. He just was drafted this year.
yeah,
It's a rookie, bro. You
yeah,
can't act like you gonna look at that rookie like, come on, bro. You know that. Not just yet. Nah.
yeah.
And for the if
Come on,
huh?
man. It's the 3-star versus the 5-star game. If that, like, it just was these
It
names that
is. That's you're right. It is, bro.
he's a
It
pit
is.
bull, you know?
Yeah.
Jimmy
He's
Ward's a pit
nice.
bull. He's been in the league for a
Yeah.
minute, you know?
But
You got
once again,
Nelson
we Steven Nelson, right? So Steven Nelson, Jimmy Ward, we know they're good players. We've even had Steven Nelson ourselves, but we can't sit here and act like Steven Nelson was viewed as this like elite world beater at this stage.
I'm with you.
He's not viewed
And
like that at this
I think
stage.
that's the
Yeah.
beauty of the league. Like, I used to always love it. They'd be like, man, the running back's out. They don't have a running back. Like, no, that next running
Hmm.
back's a really
That
good
next one
player.
was nice, bro. They got everybody got good
A lot
players.
of really
Everybody got
good
good
players
players.
in this league.
Yeah.
Everybody players in this league. And that's a good
Yeah.
scheme he was running. He was running some exotic stuff, and them boys was getting out
Yeah.
and they was executing. If you do your job, you execute,
Yeah.
you can win games. Like, he was seeing some exotic stuff. He was missing certain reads. Trying to get to that second read, it's too
It's
late.
tough.
It's
Yeah, it
too,
was tough.
you
To
know?
me, I looked at it as and I'm glad you said the exotic scheme because that to me was the difference. I felt like the first couple of games, man, it's been more. I mean, scheme definitely has mattered, but I felt like it's been more. They just have guys that can kick our butt up front. Like we watching a Bosa just walk dudes back. We watching Myles Garrett walk dudes back. Whereas I felt this week, it wasn't necessarily one singular character. It was the defense as a whole coming left, right, switching it up on the back end, creating little different stunts up front.
Yeah,
So when Kenny sees man to man, he goes to take off. He don't see the DNs looping back around as
yeah.
designed. You know what I mean? Like I thought of that part, and I'm like, yo, that's dope. But that also it shouldn't be a surprise because we know what D'Amico Ryan is.
Rico.
We saw what he was doing over in San Fran, and that's a big reason why he even got this opportunity. And because he homegrown, full blood over there, he extra passionate about them dudes in Houston and specifically that defense. So I wasn't as surprised that the defense played as well as it did.
He is
But
homegrown.
for me, I don't know. I was expecting more from Kenny. I thought that it was gonna be another step forward. Whereas, yes, it was some things that the Texans did, but as a whole, I still felt like, man, it wasn't a good performance by him, regardless of how crazy or chaotic the Texans did on the back end. I just felt like for him, he wasn't playing his best, man.
I'm with you. And I feel like that too. I'm with you. Like, I don't feel like he played his best at all. I think he missed reads for sure. But like I
Yeah.
said, once again, I think that defense was way more exotic than it's given credit for. I seen one time he had 7 men on the line. He
Mm-hmm.
had 7 up. He had
Yeah.
7 on one high and dropped
Mm-hmm.
to something crazy way different.
Yeah.
Like, he was giving some looks that's like got you pumping, got you rolling
Mm-hmm.
out. Now the rush is getting there. He got people that
Yeah.
can't get home now. Like, it's not like
Yeah.
he can't get home. He's getting home.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, a good scheme can beat you. Like, that was a good
Oh
scheme.
no, facts. Facts. A good scheme can beat you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you got that dude at quarterback, that dude could beat you as well. And
True.
that's the only thing. I'm just like, I flirt with the concept of if he's that dude or if he's just a good quarterback.
Yeah,
Or if
but we
he's
can't
just
label
a
that dude.
yeah.
We
I know,
can't
and
do
that's the
that.
problem. Yeah, it's too early. It's too early.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's how we feel because we players. But that's not how everybody talks about him. They talk about him as if it was already there. So that's why I feel like at times I'm like, all right, well, do we view it to that extent? Or do we look at this and say, man, it's still very young and still trying to learn its way around this league right now, man?
I think he went into the offseason last year with a lot of hype, a lot of good, coming off
Yeah.
a lot of plays. The offseason, everybody's the man. His
Yeah.
preseason was really good, so he got a lot of hype.
Electric. Yeah.
So now
Yeah.
it's kind of reality. He's seeing some exotic defenses. They studying him. They watching him.
Mhm.
They know different ways to come at him where he don't
Well,
want
year
to.
one versus you two, the portfolio is a lot different. I've
Yeah,
seen some tendencies on you. Yeah.
yeah. So you know some things about him. So I think he's
Yeah.
just getting attacked. I think he's getting attacked, and I think he's still trying to find
Yeah.
his flow, which at the same time is in the offense. So it's like it's just
Yeah.
continue to grow.
Yeah.
They'll be better. They'll be
Yeah.
better.
Well, yeah, I'm hoping that he's healthy, man, because, in terms of his development and growth, he is not going to get better if he is on the sideline.
No,
We're not going to know any more about him if he's on the sideline.
no, the
I
best
feel like
ability
with
is
him
to
and Matt Kennedy, I'm like, y'all have to be together. Y'all are a package. Y'all handcuffed right now, man. So y'all both, you need to be out there so that way he can feel comfortable and y'all can do what y'all supposed to do because right now it's really just, it's head scratching at times, man. Because
yeah.
the expectations and just as a whole, when you're just talking the sample size, we just expected, to be a little bit further along than where we at right now. And you talked about the definition of insanity. It's just like, man, we can't keep staying in that same rut and expecting a different result. But at the same time, it's in season, so you kind of are stuck.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
how it
I
be,
mean,
though,
you
man.
can't do nothing. Not like you said.
Yeah,
It's
like
not
I said, it's in
good.
season, bro.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just getting better. You gotta
Yeah.
find a way.
Find a way,
Find
bro.
a way.
We because if we blow it up, blowing it up means, all right, guys, the season's done. We not. This is Pittsburgh. I don't feel like under Coach Tomlin we are ever going to punt on the season and be like, yo, we gonna blow it up. Let's fire the coordinator. Let's switch the coach out or switch the switch the QB out. Let's do this. Like that's not how they gonna roll, man.
A lot. Yeah, that's a lot. That's not the Pittsburgh way.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't see that. Even though I feel like people want that at times. I just don't see that,
The
bro.
tank for
I don't see a
Caleb.
blow up. Would you do it? You blowing it up for would you blow it up for Caleb?
I don't think you can do that in Pittsburgh. I don't
They
think
said blow it up and bring Kingsbury with him. Kingsbury is the OC. That what they said?
in Pittsburgh, no.
They said bring Kingsbury, get Leftwich, Brian Leftwich over here. That what they said, man.
Yeah, I could see Byron Leftwich. I
Okay,
remember
okay.
Leftwich. I was big on Byron Leftwich last year.
Yeah, so they say be Leftwich come here, get Caleb. That's would that be the blow up?
Hey,
But would you do
that
that?
means just picking the draft. That means terrible year.
That's
No.
what they say. That they're saying that is
After
that what we should be
2-2,
considering? Are we
it's
there?
like,
I've never in my life viewed the Steelers as a tanking team, bro.
hey,
I've
I
never
think
seen
they
it,
got a shot to win the AFC North. Like I don't
bro.
see.
If they win this week, they never won in the AFC North right now, bro.
I think they got a shot to win the North. Like since
Yeah.
since he's the same struggling team, they're trying to find it.
Yeah,
They just beat a
they
Cleveland.
banged up. They ain't
Trying to,
healthy though. They're not healthy, bro.
Cleveland's not all the way there. They don't have an
Mm-hmm.
identity. They're trying to figure out who they are.
Yep.
Baltimore,
Well, they lost their
Baltimore.
identity. They lost their man identity with Chubb.
Baltimore is hot. This will be a good week. This is gonna be a good game. But at the
Yeah,
same
but
time,
Baltimore's still ugly at times, though, bro.
Baltimore has that injury bug. Like it's
Yeah.
inevitable.
Oh,
It's all
facts.
bug.
Facts.
But like
They
they
done
be
had that
holding.
the last 3 seasons, though, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that's something like all right. We can look
Mm-hmm.
at that. But like they
Swears for the last three. I'm like, bro,
get hurt
y'all
all
be
the time.
having everybody hurt. And it's not just
Everybody.
one position, it's every position. I'm like,
Yeah.
what do y'all do for practice, bro?
Nah, they be out like a like a
I'm
mass.
like, yeah, I'm like, what are y'all doing in practice? Y'all be having ACLs, Achilles, dudes be out for weeks. I'm like, God dang,
And
y'all really getting it in.
Baltimore's a good team, and they haven't had the full team yet.
Yeah,
So it's kind of like I think that's really the competition of the AFC North. I think it's out of them two to win it.
yeah,
I mean, don't panic.
yeah. Well,
Don't
you
panic.
know how I feel about it, man. You know I ain't blowing up nothing, man. You know I'm gonna ride to the wheels fall off. Come on, baby, come on. But speaking of, ride to the wheels fall off, your boy Naj, man, he was out that joint cooking. Does Naj get some love from TG? Does Najee? Dare I? Because some people writing up a little apology letters in terms of, you know what I'm saying, for people's comments about Nas. I just didn't know, were you one of them guys that felt like you should change your stance on Nas based on this game, or what was your thoughts on it, man?
Nah, I didn't. Nah, I mean, you know my stance. I think he's a big bad. I think he's a great dude, man. I think he's a great dude, great person. I think he's got good skill set. Like I think he's big, he's strong, he's fast. You know, I just think
But,
trying to
but
figure
but
out.
he was producing in the game though.
I thought he
The
ran hard. I thought he ran
the
hard.
offense moved well when he had the rock in his hands, is what they
I
say.
agree. I thought he had good runs. I thought it was more slashy downhill runs for him this game.
Hmm.
You know, I thought the score got it out of hand where they couldn't commit to the run like they really wanted to. You know,
See, I felt like we still had a chance to commit to the run. I feel like when it changed though was obviously it was when Kenny got hurt. I think we were is what 16-3 at the time. We had just coming out of halftime, right? We had just moved down, kicked the field goal, got the stop, came right back down, do the whole 4th and 1 thing. Kenny gets hurt.
yeah,
I felt like we still could have been running it though. But then
yeah.
after that was when it got kind of crazy, and then it's like, all right, we can't because we got to try to come back or at least try to close this lead. But partly, I was a little bit surprised at how the Texans did play against Najee, because typically we talk about how when Najee's out there, man, we're seeing the teams play heavy run personnel or they're attacking it.
Oh yeah,
But I was watching the Texans stay in their sub package ball at times and
I'm
play
probably.
against it.
I'm
Yeah,
was going against that spread also where it's like, all right,
yeah,
we not tripping over this. Like we're gonna stop this. We'll get
yeah.
it down. We got to speed
Because
our
that was
execution.
that was the thing that, and it was very different. The teams that we've played thus far, it's been the opposite. They're like, nah, we gonna make sure this ain't that, and you could try your luck on the outside. I felt like the Texans took the other approach of, all right, we don't think you really gonna commit to it anyway, so you can have these handful of runs, but we're gonna get you on this back end. You're not gonna throw on this defense today. And
Yeah,
that was the part, man. I was just a little bit surprised that they played us like that, but that was also why I was a little bit frustrated with Canada, because I'm like, man, I wish we would have stuck with that or at least made that more of an emphasis once you identified, they trying to play the game. They trying to see how much I'm gonna commit to this thing. And we just never really dug deep in that. And then, after that, injury happens, the flow changes, and it's all for naught.
all for nothing. So,
Yeah. Yeah, but I thought Nas played well though, man. I was happy to see him out there toting
did,
that rock like that. I'm
did
like,
you
thank
write the
you, Nas.
apology letter? You got an
No, I,
apology letter?
I no, never that. No, no, because to me, man, I look at the same way. I'm like, bro, it's the same thing, but at the same time, we just talked about it. The Texans just decided that, hey, we're gonna allow you to do this because we're taking away that.
I'm taking all
And
this. Over.
yeah, it's it's not the same as when you're watching a quarterback coming back versus like prevent defense or lighting it up versus like soft coverage, but to an extent it was almost the same flavor where it's like, yo, they're just gonna allow this but they're not gonna allow that.
Yeah,
So when I looked at it, I'm like, yes, it felt good in the moment. Yes, it even felt, statistically it looked good. But when you really talk about the sustainability of it and is that legitimate or is that just this specific situation? that's where I come back to, how we've been. We're talking about just his style versus even Jalen Warren's style. Now, when we talk Jalen, you can't put that ball on the ground. That's the
That's
no-no with him.
never
You know you
do
can't
that.
do that.
That's the hopes
Carrying our
and
hopes and dreams.
dreams.
You know what time we on, bro.
The hopes
You
and
definitely
dreams.
can't do that.
Man. That-
Can't do that. Can't do
Yeah,
that.
that's the law.
So it's like, man, as much as I was excited about 30, when I see you, granted only one counted, but when I see you put that ball down multiple times, it was like, man,
Today's not your day.
yeah. Go sit over there, bro. Go sit down.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely one of them things, though, man. Definitely one of them things. But we've been diving in this thing a lot. We've been diving into it a lot. So what I'll ask is this: Baltimore is obviously this week. Good old Ratbirds coming to town. Is it a better situation for us than what we just saw in Houston? What happens? Do the guys get the dub? Give us the preview, bro. Give us the preview.
Yeah, I think this will be a good game. It'll be a dogfight. Last game was almost like a little trap game too. I think you look forward to this game.
Low
Yeah,
key. I
yeah,
felt that energy. Low
yeah.
key.
I think they get up for this
Yeah.
game. I think it'll be a dogfight.
Yeah.
I think Pittsburgh will find a way. It's at home. It'll be a dogfight though. 24-21 type. You know, something like that. It'll be a dogfight. Win by 3. I
Okay.
think Boswell will come through on something. So
Okay.
he,
Okay.
he's been
Okay.
consistent. He's been a star in the
No,
in the
facts.
mix. You
Facts.
know.
Facts. And you said they
Um,
shutting down Lamar, right?
I think they'll slow him down. I think they'll
Yeah.
slow him down. I think it's a lot to handle out there. I think that Zay
Yeah.
Flowers is a problem. You know.
Low key, I've been seeing Zay. Zay definitely look electric, bro.
Yeah.
He got something on him. He got something
Bro,
on him.
Odell back.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure what Odell's rocking this week.
Odell, yeah. I gotta see because I know he didn't play last week. He might
Yeah.
be.
He been
Because
beat up
they
for a
had
minute.
like multiple dudes out last week, bro. That was the crazy
They be
part.
having
Yeah.
injuries, bro. They be
Bro.
having.
I was here like, bro, I didn't even know he was hurt. And like, yo, they got 5, 6 dudes out. Just injuries.
He been
Yeah.
out for a bit. He been out for a little minute. But that's what they
Mhm.
have. That's one thing about
Yeah.
Baltimore. They be having an
Yeah.
injury, but
Nah, respect. All
24,
right, then.
24-21.
24-21. Okay. I like it there, baby. Well, shoot, bro. This is always a vibe. You know how we cook it up when we cook it up, man. You got anything else for these people before we get up out of here, though, TG? You got anything else you got to hit these folk with, man?
Oh man, West B got a bye, so it's calm over there. Florida Memorial
Hey. Shout out.
home game, so we out here, man.
Let's go.
It's calm. Hey, the Pitt team keep losing up there. You know what I mean? Tell your man to answer the text, and I ain't.
My dog Deep, they got ghost on that. See,
I real
he
quiet.
stopped responding. I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
They don't say
Hey,
nothing.
but before we go, I totally forgot, man. But what was the score of that Dolphins game? Did they win? What was the score of that Dolphins game?
Dolphins lost.
They lost.
So,
How
yeah.
Tua do? Cause I know Tua, man, and it's MVP front runner, bro. I know he lit it up. What do you do this weekend, bro?
Got out of
Yeah,
hand.
people had like 4 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns. What do you throw?
Got
Huh?
out of hand. Like,
Well, all right. What about Tyreek? Because you know Tyreek the best receiver in the league, bro. I know Tyreek got off. What Tyreek do, bro?
I never said that.
Ty-
I never.
all right, but Tyreek got off though, right? I know Tyreek got off because he fast.
What do you had? 100?
I don't. Did he? Nah, he ain't had that.
I think it's 100.
He had it. Hey, who was they playing again, bro? What was that team that's playing again? Oh, the Bills. That's right. Yeah, man. So put some respect on them next time. All right, just remember that. So keep rocking with your Jets. Keep rocking with your Jets and your Zach Wilson. Keep rocking with your Jets and your Zach Wilson. All right, just keep doing that. Just remember that.
Trey
Yeah.
Mason to New York, man. Free Mason, man.
No. You stick with your Zach Wilson. Just remember that. That's your man's. All right, that's your man's. Who knows? Maybe he'll beat him again. Right? You. So far, Zach Wilson's the only one to get one up on them Bills this season, bro. So you should be feeling great right now, man. My dog. But yeah, man, all good, man. So we'll spin the block. Obviously, hit him over the head with this thing again next week. But until next time, baby, Peace.